This is elk meat, from a bull that lived on the public lands of Montana less than a year ago. My wife, Kara, killed it with a bow. It's become an annual tradition for Kara and I to take a week and head to the mountains to chase elk. Hi. She's an incredible hunting partner. She's positive, fun to be around, and just absolutely crushes mountains with heavy packs, no issues. She was not always a hunter, though. In fact, very far from it. When we first met, she was a full-fledged vegan. Yeah, no animal products whatsoever. Over the last 10 years, she has gone through what you could call a bit of a transformation. I may have had a bit of a role in shaping her into the straight killer that she is now, but she changed me as well. I honestly never used to think about the story of my food very much, and Kara made me realize that everything we consume has a story behind it. But yeah, this is kind of the typical dinner for us now. Just straight up meat, some salad, maybe some bread. It's kind of hilarious to look back when I first met Kara, because her typical dinner at the time was some lentils on some homemade bread.
In college, my life was definitely driven by food. Food encompassed all the thoughts that I had. I studied food, I ate food, I went and acquired food. My whole life was going to farmers markets to find locally grown and procured and produced items, and I didn't eat any animal products whatsoever.
One thing that was really interesting about Kara being a vegan is it wasn't that she was the type of girl who didn't want to eat the animal because it was cute and fuzzy. It was the story of the food that she didn't like and she didn't agree with. She didn't like when it had to pass through too many hands, or it came from a faraway place, or it was an inefficient process.
The reason that I didn't eat meat was because I disagreed with the way that the meat that was easily accessible to me was raised and processed.
This is the story of how this elk got from the woods to our plate. We have 5 days to try to kill an elk or two. We're in Montana. I'm excited. We already hiked in a little ways. I smell bad already. About, I don't know, hour into our hunt. It's gonna be a good one. Well, we hiked up to the first little view shed we had. But this is the nicest meadow up here. Sure enough, elk came out. We got a few cows coming out, hopefully a bull. I don't think anyone else should be messing with these things. They look pretty content. I would like to see if there's a bull. I would assume there's a bull with them. September 13th. Should be. But we should probably go down there and you should kill one of them. We found him right away. That's pretty good. I'm excited.
Yeah. What we're going to do is go down there and see if maybe that was just part of the herd and the actual herd is somewhere else, and see if we can hear a bull. And then if we do, let's play with it.
Yeah. Maybe just get down there just a little bit, just in case something answers close. I feel like they could be in this stuff too. So I get it 50 yards ahead. 50 yards ahead. I'm just gonna, if I don't hear anything, I'll come up to you.
The fact that Marcus talked about going and finding meat out on public land and bringing it home and cooking it in his kitchen, it was really intriguing to me because it was this really nutritious, clean, lean protein that he could bring home. And cooking and eating it with him the first time, after I had been a vegan for a while, it really did promote a huge paradigm shift in my mind and really redirected and altered my life to where I am now.
It's always fun to relive a bit of the hunt as we cook a meal. Remember what we went through to make it happen.
Well, we've found 2 herds of elk, both of which are like 5 miles away. But we also saw a giant bull moose just down here. And that's pretty sick. The elk are all really far away, and I guess what this is bringing to light is that elk don't like humans. Humans like elk because elk are tasty. Elk don't like humans because humans shoot them.
Made it to the top of this ridge, but I think one of these clearings is where we saw those elk this morning, and the wind is not great. It's swirling quite a bit. It's not really consistent, which is not great for us, but we'll just hang out and see if it stabilizes, see if we hear anything.
We ate a snack and we took a sleep. And now we're going to see if we can get on some elk. We haven't seen any since we've been up here. We haven't heard any.
We're losing.
Maybe they don't want to be found, and in that respect, they're doing a very good job. But it's not nice to us.
Mm-hmm. And walking around, calling, seeing a ton of sign, but just not super fresh sign. It's like it's a couple days old. So apparently, we missed the hot time in here.
Missed the party by a week.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna call our way back. It's not looking good because it's kind of open here, and we're glassing and not seeing anything. You think we'd be able to see something? Haven't seen or heard anything. So. Having fun yet?
Yeah. I'm not really sure where we're at, but
yeah, we're
whatever.
Heading mostly the right direction, I think.
Yeah.
My transition from vegan to hunter has become more than just eating meat. It's spending time in nature, observing animals, seeing them in their homes, learning all of the intricacies of the animals, their behaviors, learning weather, how to deal with weather, learning how to become comfortable in uncomfortable situations, building your mental toughness so that you can go out and endure. It's truly become a lifestyle change and a way of life.
We're hearing vehicles. It's sweet. They opened up right at first light to let the bells ring, so see if we can get on them. There are a lot of elk in there. There's a little 6-point across the way. He's all by himself. He's kind of on the way to the other elk, so maybe go try to cow call him in first. If that doesn't work, then we'll go after this one's fired up, maybe. We're gonna set up. Gary's gonna try to get to these trees. That bull was 150 yards up this hill. So I'm gonna stay here and go. Never saw her or anything. I thought I heard a crack at one point, but I think maybe it's just a bird. But at one point, like the wind just started to swirl a little bit, like it started to push a little bit. It didn't ever go up though, did it? It didn't go up. Yeah. It was like mostly going down and then a little bit across. Just gonna try to stay above them and just kind of circle around. Hopefully something will talk.
Even though I do enjoy the experience of going out into nature and seeing animals, I do go out with the intent of bringing home meat to put it into the freezer as quickly as possible. I'm not out there to go and find the biggest horns or to spend all day, every day out there. I want to put meat in the freezer because at the end of the day, the entire reason that I started hunting was to get that meat. I want to cook it, I want it in my belly, I want to be happy. Food is delicious, makes me happy. I don't want to be hangry. Shot one. I had no idea. Seriously, as soon as, like, right after I shot it, Cal called and I was like, thank you. Because, like, I always forget. And then there was a second pull. Oh. Shoulder. I think it's a good shot, but I haven't heard him crash yet. But, like, right after I shot, you called. Like, you Cal called. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And then I saw the other antlers come up. And I was like, oh, like, there's two bulls. So that's when I was like, there's a second bull. Like, go get a shot. We got elk. We just heard some elk grunts. Well, death grunts. So, sweet. This is
Nice work, Kara.
Sweet. That's crazy. I feel like every year it's like we go into hunting season and my mindset is like, how on earth can anybody get an elk? Like, that is near impossible. Like, how can we get an elk? And then we do it again. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know how. I It's crazy. I feel lucky. I feel super lucky. There's a lot of really fun memories and a lot of good meat. My God, a lot of good meat. But a lot of fun in the woods.
Heck yeah.
Being able to go and find your own meat in the woods is going out and seeing different plants and animals and seeing sunrises and seeing sunsets and hearing animals off in the woods and seeing them in their home, getting to experience nature in all its glory. And once you do get an animal on the ground, that's really where the fun for me begins. I find I'm super interested in actually cutting up the animal and seeing all the muscle groups together. But that's really where I thrive, and I love it. Like, I love having a heavy pack and just feeling successful because you harvested something in the woods and now you have to exert your own body's energy to bring it back home.
How's it feel?
Good. It feels tasty. It feels like success. I'm so excited.
You didn't just get an easy pass of going to the grocery store and picking out the package. That's, to me, one of the most critical and important parts. I love packing out the meat.
What we're doing is just trying to leave a human presence at the carcass until all the meat's away. Just because there are bears here. You can do it. Nice.
Yay! It's not bad. Old upside down meat bag hock it.
Right side up.
Right side up meat bag hock it.
Shuttling meat. Shuttling meat.
And then once you get it home, filling it down and then processing it at home. That's, again, like one of my favorite things. Throwing a quarter under the counter and breaking all the muscle groups apart, seeing the different grains of the muscles to determine if you want to cut it into a steak, if it goes into a grind pile, if you can cut it into stir-fried chunks, turn it into jerky, if you need to braise something down, learning which way silver skin like peels off quicker and easier. At that point, you're playing with food. And food, again, like food is like my favorite thing in the entire world. And so that's where I start thriving, and I get so excited because I start envisioning things that we're going to cook and how things will prepare differently if we're gonna slow cook it or if we're gonna cook it on high heat real quick, and whatever it is. The whole aspect of going off into the woods and finding meat in the woods and packing it out and then throwing it on the counter and cutting it up and putting it into the freezer, and knowing that you did all of that work by yourself, with your partner, with your friends, whoever helped you, knowing that you did it all yourself is like unbelievable. It's something that I just feel so proud of and passionate about, being able to go and acquire my own super clean protein that we can then fuel ourselves on for the remainder of the year to continue going off into the mountains and having fun adventures and pushing our bodies to the max to reach different mountain peaks and hiking back down them, skiing back down them, seeing sunsets in the mountain, going camping, going backpacking, finding animals, finding horns off of the animals that they drop, like finding fossils. Just seeing all of these things out in nature is something that very few people get to experience, and I feel very fortunate and lucky to live in a time and location and ability to be able to do that on a very regular basis, and that is why I love all of it. I don't know what to say.
That was awesome.
Okay.